Welcome, my friend. Welcome to another Wednesday. We are back at it again with the white vans.
Wicked Wednesdays.
I'm here in my hemp top.
My vans are green.
Your vans are green. And it has been a good day. How was your day?
Cold.
It was cold.
I had track pants and tights on underneath of that with socks on, and then a long sleeve top with a short sleeve hunting and fishing top on that, with then another hunting and fishing top on with that, with gloves and a beanie on, and I wore that all day.
Yep. Yeah, I had 3 layers.
Fuck that, it was cold.
I had 3 layers of pants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers on top. And my beanie, and they only just came off before when I got home.
Yeah,
Didn't take any of it
I'll
off.
say I fucking feel the cold now. I never used to, but with me slowly losing weight, oh my god, I can feel that coldness.
Oh my
I
God.
don't like it.
It is so cold not having any weight at all. Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, I get so cold. Yeah, I hate it. You can see why I hate the cold so much.
I can still live with it, but it's definitely starting to get colder and colder.
Oh yeah. And
Last
the temperature
night,
started dropping so quick
I
today.
slept in. I was like, screw it, I'm not gonna just sleep in my underwear. I'm gonna actually wear actual clothes to bed and put a sleeping bag on my bed.
Yeah.
And oh man, woke up so warm, but fuck, it was being cold all the previous nights before doing that.
It's been brutal.
Waking up in the morning
Bro,
shivering.
you
I got over that I'm wearing clothes to bed now.
Remember a couple of weeks ago, I think it was when Tommy was on, we were actually talking about our power bills. He said that his power bill had like gone up. He got a text, and now I'm looking forward to my next one because we've been running the heaters. We checked it, bro. We spent like $100 and something in each week. And yeah, each week it's been like 140 or something. Like it's getting up there, man. It's getting expensive.
Damn!
And we're not home every day. Like every day the house is empty. Nearly every day. It was like, I think there'd be 2 days where someone's home for the whole day. So yeah.
That heater.
Prove me this, bro, as well.
Yeah,
This is really playing a mad part.
Yeah.
But I should actually turn this off every day, as much as I like leaving my PC running.
Yeah, I turn all my shit off.
Yeah, my PC stays running continuously.
No, fuck that.
Mine hates the booting part, but it handles just running continuously. It stayed running for like, what it would have been in the past 3 years. It's probably turned off like a handful of times. Like I reset it the other night, which was like real weird. It hasn't since moving in here. It's been on the whole time. And before that, when I was up in Woodville, it was on the entire time. I was in Woodville, and when I was at
I turn my computer off every night.
and when I was in the hut, I had it on for 2 years straight.
No, fuck that. It's not good for your computer.
No, it's fine. It's all working right. It's all just in sleep mode, so everything's like dumbed down. So nothing's gaining a great deal of heat. I've checked on it in the past, and it's been fine ever since. Yeah, I looked into it quite a while ago. It's probably different now. I looked into it a while ago and how much like power the CPUs, just the CPUs, produce in sleep or in when being used. And they had like a bunch of the higher end ones that were all listed off at the time. And like in sleep mode, bro, they were using like $1.50 a day. Like it was fuck all to have a PC running, but that was just the CPUs, you know.
It costs fuck all to have a PC running.
Yeah, so power.
Your PC isn't your problem, it's your heater.
No, definitely the heater. Yeah, no, definitely.
I remember when Aaron brought his heaters around and we had 2 of them going for like 2 weeks and they got the power, like, bro, we're turning these things off, I am not running these. Like, that jumped my power bill up $40 a week, if not more. I'm like, nope, fuck that.
Yeah, this time of year I definitely just spend less nights out here and just come out here when I need to and come out here we stay out here when we're doing this. I need to spend less nights out here because I'll come home from work and then sit here until like 9, 10 PM with that heater running the whole time. Every night, so I need to stop doing that.
Wrap up warm.
Yeah. Yeah, or just wrap up fucking warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting till, I guess it's next week, I'll get my power bill for the month, and I'll be able to see what damage it's done having my heat pump on.
Yep.
Hopefully,
Heat
going
pumps
from
aren't too bad these days.
yeah, like most of my old power bills I had with the other company when I had it, it was like maybe $5-10 extra a week in winter when I had it going.
Yep.
But yeah, and now that Jono's moved out, I'm gonna take it that my power will have dropped even more again.
Yeah, it should have. Yep. No, definitely.
I definitely need to stop draining the hot water though, because that's ramping up my power bill. I know that'll be doing it.
Yeah. We don't use a hell of a lot of hot water, so that wouldn't be.
I just need to. I need to turn my water pressure down. It's because I have it at a certain temperature, and I'm getting like, it's the heat that I like it, and it's like 15 minutes, and the hot water's gone because of my temperature of my pressure. But if I turn it down, I can be in there for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, you can get longer out of it.
But it's just a piddly ass fucking.
Yeah. Yep. Well, want to know what I did with my day? Work today?
Something with concrete.
Yeah.
Supposedly, if that's all you can smell.
I'm very, very dry right now. I'm very much looking forward to my shower after this. We dug some holes. So for those that don't know, I'm an installer. I install like blinds and fly screens and just like window finishings and a few shade options. So like doing something like digging a hole is like well out of the normal for me. But anyway, we're digging these huge holes with these 4.5 meter long poles to put in the ground for a sail, and we dug these 1.3 meter deep holes. But in the past, we've always done it with shovels and shit, and we've never had to dig a hole this deep. And so this time, the boss actually got his gardener that is actually like a self contractor. Has like loads of tools. Just real old guy, been doing it his whole life, you know.
Did he have a pile drill or something?
Like he brought a digger, bro. He brought a digger.
Digger!
A digger with a 1.3 meter auger on it.
Yeah.
And bro, I have never seen Earth move so quick. But it was great because we spent the first half of the day watching this guy dig holes. And then all we had to do was concrete poles in the ground, bro. He even used a digger to lift these poles because they were big stainless poles. Like, that's fucking heavy.
Yeah.
It was a slow trip over the hill in the van this morning. So he swung them around and got them in the hole. Like, he knew exactly what he was doing and what angles to have everything on. He was like, yeah, make sure that's there and that's sitting there. And he was just like, plop in the hole. And I let it down to like loosen off the chain, moved it back a bit, picked it up, and just flop it straight in the hole went. And I was like, man, this guy's just like, he was on this tiny digger. It was like the smallest digger was like 900 mil wide. It's pretty small. And it was just like second nature to him. Like, it was so
like
cool
you guys
to see.
almost got contracted out to him for the day, and you were just the labourers for his job.
Yeah. But no, it was so cool because it was funny because the boss said to us this morning, like, make sure you keep him motivated because he can ramble, he can talk. And I was like, oh, this is going to be good because I'm just going to let him talk. Fuck that. Like, I want to know what he has to say. If he likes to ramble, he's got some interesting shit to say. Sure enough, he did. So he pretty much just rambled on about like his work because this is the first time me and my workmate met him. But fuck, man, he knows a hell of a lot about Earth. Like, literally Earth, like dirt, ground, like everything about it. We were putting these posts quite close to a decking, and he walked up to this decking, and like as he walked up and was walking past it, he was like, yep, so that concrete will be, that post will have concrete that's this wide by this deep, that post will have blah blah blah, and just knew what was in the ground. Like, he'd never seen this place before in his life, but he'd just walk up to this place and be like, yep, that's what's under the ground. He's like, that tree there will have roots we were trying to dig because of that one that's over there. And like, this tree was like 3 meters away, but it was a fairly tall tree, and he just knew his trees, like, to be able to tell that was going to have roots that came over to that point.
Yeah.
And sure enough, we started digging, and fucking big ass roots in there. He's like, yeah, they'll go all the way over, like, blah blah blah. I'm like, holy shit. But no, it was interesting, man. It was so interesting because just he knew every slight movement about that digger and all. Like, he was explaining it to me when he was like trying to drill the hole, and of course, like, the arm on the digger goes up and then there, and so it has a joint there, there, and there. And he was like, I can move all of them to cause it to do this. And if I set it up straight like this and just go down, the auger's just going to do this, and I'm going to be just drilling under me as I'm going. So like, as I'm going down, I need to be doing that and then pushing it back out to straighten it up. But of course, I'm looking at it vertically, so I can't really see what angle it's on. And he was going on to like explain like how over the time we're working out how to actually make that work for him and see that it's going to fuck. It was interesting, man. It was so, bro. He'll be like fucking close to retirement, if not past that.
Yeah.
And he's doing this every day. Like, it's just simple work from the looks of it. He just sits in a digger and does that sort of stuff. But he had it done so quick, man. So quick. Like, we would have had to have like dug up the ground to work out what was around and what was there and what kind of dirt was down there and if there was any concrete in the way. But he just look at the ground and be like, yeah, no, we can dig right here. It'll be fine. And there'll be clay about blah 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 far down. And sure enough, there was. Jeez, mate. Like,
oh, good thing he was there then.
yeah. So apparently we're going to be using him every time we do holes, and we're doing it again next Wednesday with even bigger holes again. But he's digging the holes, so
That's all good.
yeah. And yeah, we just use strops to like hold it in place, strop off a bunch of crap, and concrete it in. And she said, honestly, it was a good day.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it. But I was told, someone was telling me that this guy actually, what was it? He's like a rescue person out in the ocean. Like he has a bunch of equipment to rescue people in deep dive. And so like whenever like someone in deep dives like in need of help, he's the one that gets the call. Holy fuck! When I was told this, I was like, Jesus, this guy like knows everything about dirt, and he knows the ocean too. Like, I can't wait to see him next. I've got so many questions for him.
Yeah.
Like, it was so fucking interesting, man. Like, it was cool. It was really, really cool. As I've said before, like everyone's got an interesting story to tell. This guy's got a hell of a lot to tell.
Tommy, mate. Too late, Tommy.
What do you say?
Up to.
Did he message me? He did.
Tommy, we're doing a podcast.
You're on live set right now, mate. You'll see this on the receiving end.
You were saying something?
I was just talking about that guy, just saying like how everyone's got an interesting story to tell. You know, he just looks like an old retired guy, like, just wearing like a high-vis hoodie sort of thing. You could tell like maybe he was a builder if you were just to look at him, get that kind of first judgment by looks that you shouldn't do, but that's what you would assume. But it sounds like this guy's a miracle. Like, it's insane. It's cool, man. It's cool. It's cool. See how much time we have, let's say.
Surely 10 minutes of screen time.
Should get more than that. And you're on.
Hi, people.
I forgot to charge the battery, guys. Apologies. So it's been on charge for at least 45 minutes now, so we should be good.
Supposedly Christianity was really all just about drugs.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, the whole thing is just drugs.
Elaborate.
The burning bush, that was burning in Moses, I think. I can't remember who it was.
Was it from the acacia tree?
Yeah, the acacia tree, which is rich in DMT. And then how Christmas and all that stuff's come along, and the pine tree is the Christmas tree, and then underneath of it we usually put presents, and underneath a pine tree in real life is the mushroom Amanita muscaria, and then the way that they would dry that back in the old days would be to hang it on the trees, and now we hang Christmas things on the trees.
Oh.
The colour of it is red and white, and Santa is red and white. The way that they used to get these drugs into people's places back in the day when it got outlawed was through chimneys.
Oh my god!
Yeah, like they're known to be seeing elves, and Santa's got elves.
Holy
and
shit!
and the reindeer is like they are attracted to that mushroom and eat it, and he's got flying reindeer as well.
Reindeer that are high.
Yeah, like, I don't know, I didn't really listen, they didn't explain much of it in the podcast and, like, Christianity, but that's just a little part of Christmas, which really is Christianity in a whole, really. Christmas is Christianity.
Yeah, well, Christmas is a Christian.
Yeah, like, a lot of it's meant, or supposedly if you, like, read the Bible and all that stuff, you're meant to, like, read it properly and go in depth and think about it. Apparently it's just drug stories.
Damn.
Yeah.
That seems too coincidental for it to be a coincidence.
Yeah. It's so stupid.
Wow, out of it.
So Christianity could possibly just be, the Bible is just stories of how to do drugs and people's drug stories.
Could be.
Now it's been turned into what it is now, because they said in the podcast they were saying that they would write it down on stuff, or they would be saying it because it got, I think it was the Romans outlawed it or something, and was getting rid of whatever it was, Christianity, so it just being told by word of mouth, and then for 1,000 years or whatever, then they finally started writing it down.
True.
And then it's been like
changed since then.
Or not changed, but like
evolved.
No, God. Like, it's been written in different languages, and so somebody's got to come back and
so it's been like
translated
into,
like
yeah,
so many times, and like how what is it? Roman numerals are letters, but they're also numbers at the same time. Yeah, like they're saying like that could have played a huge part in like what stuff's meant to mean.
Yeah. Well, that's it, man. All that text is just so ancient now that it's going to be so hard to ever translate that properly into this language that we have, which is the butchered language as it is.
Yeah.
You know, so I honestly, if we're trying to translate something into English, I honestly don't want to believe it almost, because it doesn't make sense half the time. Like, if you translate Japanese into English directly, like, most sentences don't make sense. Some do, and like, you can piece it together, it'll be like a few words different, but like a lot of the time, it doesn't really make sense, because you can't translate it properly, because the languages are just too different.
Yeah, no.
One's a lot more complex than the other. So it's just, it does make it hard to believe anything that's that ancient that's been translated into English.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I want to believe that it's all just drug stories now.
You just turn into a full-blown Christian.
It's like, this is all just drugs, man!
That's crack up.
It's weird, like the Amanita muscura, however you pronounce it, it's not like a proper psychedelic mushroom that contains psilocybin. It's got some other stuff, and you can eat it if you want, but it's not really the way you're meant to do it. I think you're meant to like boil it and then remove the water and then boil it again and then drink that water, or back in wherever reindeers are from, they let reindeers eat them and then they collect the urine of the reindeers and drink it to get the hallucinogenic effect.
True. Okay, that's out of it.
Yeah, and people will do that as well if they take it. They were saying like that they will pee into a cup and then drink the urine again because it's got the hallucinogenic in it. Without all the bad stuff that also is in the mushroom.
That's weird, man.
Yeah.
Imagine the person to first work that out.
Fuck no.
Jeez.
The first person to figure anything out?
Yeah.
Like,
most of it's weird as hell, eh? Like, it seems weird to think that people that
all this eating stuff, we figured everything out by putting
milking
something in our mouth.
Yeah.
Imagine the first person that milked a cow and was like, I'm going to drink this cow's milk.
Yeah. So I used to question that one, but I've actually had a few people say to me,
didn't we talk about this?
Yeah, wouldn't you like have, was they I would like to assume that humans would have like witnessed young doing it, and of course we as humans can also do it. So I'm not surprised that we tried to see what cow's milk tasted like, and then we're like, oh, okay, we can drink this. I would like to assume that we would like done it that way, and not some guy would been like, what happens if I do this and drink it? Because that would be a bit weird.
Yeah, and all the random plants that are in the bush. Like, I got told, like,
Imagine how
don't
many
eat that tree because that tree's, like, that little red berry on the trees, that's poisonous.
Yeah.
Don't eat that. And it's like, I feel sorry for the first person that thought, fuck yeah, I found food.
Yeah.
And
Imagine
dead.
how many people have died from trial and error
Yeah.
with like the basics.
You
of,
go
like,
out
food.
into nature and it's like, that thing looks edible. I'm going to eat it. Oh, fuck, it was poisonous.
But then I wonder how much goes as far back as we worked it out in like primal times. You know, like when we didn't even have languages or like a big intelligence,
yeah.
right? Because there would have been a lot of things from back then that we would have already have worked out and like just been, I guess, naturally attracted to eating.
Yeah.
Because I guess animals at some point in time would have had to have gone through a phase of seeing what they can and can't eat, and probably still are working out some things. So like some things probably date right back, and we just have always done it because it's just so natural. Like we've always eaten certain things because we always have. No one really like worked it out. It was just part of nature to happen that way. Interesting.
I want to go back to monkey times.
We have to go back to see it all.
It'd be cool.
When we go back in time to pick the first mushrooms that came onto the planet.
It's not kick a fish
I
anymore.
hate to remember that it's not kick a fish anymore. On the way, we have to go and witness a few things first before we get rid of it all, before we wipe it. So apologies, people. One day we're wiping the planet.
What was I watching? I can't remember. Some achievement hunter video, I think, and they were talking about going back in time, and the fact that if you want to go back in time, you've also got to space travel. Because if we've been back in time where we are now, the Earth's not going to be here. It's going to be way somewhere off, and we've got to invent being able to go back in time, like reversing space.
Yeah. I guess, I never thought of it on that big of a scale.
Yeah.
So really that does show that it's not overly possible.
No, because like the Earth's never in the same spot ever. It's constantly moving out.
Oh, that is weird.
Yeah, the universe is constantly expanding.
Yeah, so it would like all have to change. So you would have to move, right? You couldn't stay in the same spot. You go back in time and stay in the same spot, and you'd be whatever was there,
Nothing.
like here, which would be nothing.
Or maybe it'd be nothing really.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe another galaxy for all fucking we know.
Yeah. Anything. Well, anyway, when it's possible,
Yes.
we definitely have to go back and witness.
That'll
a few
be
cool
cool.
things.
So, I wonder when it will be possible, because they had that convention for time travelers, and I guess no time traveler showed up to it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you and me have also tested that theory.
And it's like if time travel's invented, or I'm going to come back to this point in time.
Yeah, I
if
made a
can
note of it
remember
one day when I was sitting here and was like, I'm going to come back to this time so I can sit down and have a podcast with myself. And I sat here for like 10 minutes quietly waiting for myself to turn up, and I never did. So I guess I never get to experience time travel in my lifetime.
Well, I mean, I'm not rich yet. I always tell myself if I know how to time travel, I'm just going to go back and give myself a winning lotto ticket for one of these big things. That hasn't happened yet.
Nah. But like we've said in the past too, like it could be that it is invented, but
We
option
don't have
A, it's past our time. We could have died before it got invented, so we'll never get the chance to go back. So us coming back to this time is that's the reason that doesn't happen. Or it does become a thing, but it's like super heavily regulated. Like not many people get to come back. It's like certain people high up that get to use it.
Yeah.
Or if you do, it's like heavily policed to the point that we can't like do certain things when we come back, or we can only view it, or what have you. So like they're two like quite easy factors that would stop us from coming back ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, in all theory, it could exist, and we don't know about it.
Yeah.
Because, as you said, we could have died before it's invented, but time travel would still exist if you got to go like. I guess the future exists. Sure.
Not yet, it doesn't.
But it's got to if everybody thinks
Yeah,
they're
well,
going to
that's
come back in time.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the future doesn't.
Yeah, well,
we only
if
live
you
in the
tie
present.
if you tie in what that video you showed me the other day's theory was of you living out
Oh,
everybody's life,
yeah.
right? It means that the world's time, start to finish, exists continuously. In which case, time travel should be fairly possible, because that whole timeline, start to finish, does exist. So you could go to any point because it's always there.
But maybe humanity just never figured it out. It's most likely the thing.
Humanity never figured it out.
We'll never figure it out.
Yeah.
It seems impossible.
To us, it does anyway. There might be something out there with some form of fucking...
The only way that we
Unknown
thought about
chemicals.
doing it was traveling way into somewhere in space.
Yes.
And you can only ever go forward in time, but you can't go back in time.
Yeah, you can go forward in time because you can travel away from the
You can go forward
Earth
in time,
if-
but you
if-
can look back in time.
if light speed's possible.
Yeah.
If light speed becomes possible, then we can move forward in time because we'll be able to blip from here to far away, which the time difference is a thing,
Yeah.
I guess.
And then come back to Earth.
And then if you came back, you would be coming back a great deal in the future, but your time in the ship, in the
you
travel...
would not have aged.
you wouldn't...
much.
Yeah, however long it took, a
Yeah.
couple of weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
So you can go forward, but if you go far enough back, well, it's not back, if you go far enough out of the planet and you look back, you're always looking into the past. When we look up at the stars, we're not seeing the stars that are actually there right now live. We're just seeing the light travel to us because...
From billions of years ago.
Yeah, so what we're seeing up there is from such a long time ago. So if we go far enough away and have a telescope that can look at a high definition so far to here,
Yeah.
then we can witness the past. So we can't go back,
But we can witness it.
but we can witness it. And we
we
can
have a
go
telescope.
forward if we have light speed. But we could never come back. We can only ever view it. So we could skip forward like a few thousand years, and if we go back out again and view what we missed, but when we come back again, we're going to be forward.
By a lot.
Yeah. So like you can do it, but you're going to miss out on a lot.
Yeah.
You can go view it, but you're going to miss out still. So if you ever do it,
If
it's
you
ever
view
possible,
it, you could sit there for 50 years and watch Earth for 50 years.
yeah, yeah. But when you go back, you're going to be so far forward.
You're like, whoa, come back to like, oh, that's right. None of that actually exists here anymore, probably.
Yeah. So yeah, if you ever go forward in time, make sure you witness the past while you're out there.
Yeah, somehow, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully you can do both at the same
If
time.
we got a really good camera that can
Yeah.
see what's happening on planet Earth at.
And Earth has to wait a few thousand years for you to return with the photos of what happened in the past.
Yeah.
And it's been like a couple of weeks for you. Oh,
It's only been a couple of weeks for me. What's it been for you guys? Oh, 2,000 years? True.
bro, how's it been?
So
where's New York now?
do I actually report to? Because
Yeah.
is who I went off.
Is this
even
still
a thing?
America?
Is this a thing anymore? Like actually, you come back and it's like they shoot you down as like a threat or something. Like
Someone's taken over the
it's
whole
like
world.
my whole mission was like 2 weeks there and back.
Mm.
I would have gone forward 2,000 years in the future, but
So yeah,
it's
time
actually
travel.
pretty cool that we do have a way that we can time travel if we can create.
If we can, there's a couple
if
of
we
things
can
that aren't
make
possible
speed
yet.
of light,
If we can make speed of light happen,
and then we just got to fucking blip off into a random destination and then turn around and blip back.
and we're gonna see some cool things when we do that. Like you're gonna go out somewhere random and you're gonna see some cool shit out there, even if it's just a different star pattern to what you normally see, because we only ever see the same fucking stars in our sky. Imagine going to a different part of the universe and seeing a complete different picture of stars.
Yeah.
That'd be so interesting. Be the first person to make like pictures in the stars. I can't remember the name for them. It starts with C.
Constellations.
That's it. Constellations. Be able to be the first person to be like, in this location of space, there's these constellations.
Yeah.
And draw out some cool things.
They were talking in one of the podcasts I was listening to today about like if they were to like go up into outer space and then go and fly around outer space and like where's all the aliens, and then just slowly just start coming across dead civilizations or like ships and stuff that are just abandoned with dead aliens on it.
Yeah.
Though I think they were talking about way back in the early days of science, so they started noticing these gamma radiation pulses or whatever from like, I'm guessing it's stars dying and taking out entire universes, and they were happening a lot, and scientists back in the day thought that there was a war happening up in space with aliens and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, and they were just dropping bombs and destroying galaxies, but it's just the sun's finally dying and destroying the whole galaxy that it's in.
I like their theory though. I like their idea. I'll stick with that one.
Wars up in space.
Space wars.
Yeah. Star Wars.
Star Wars. Yeah. Good stuff. I like it.
I wish I could experience space travel.
Yeah.
I really do.
It would be cool. It would be very cool.
I'm sure I'm going to be able to go out to outer space in my lifetime. Whether I have the money to do it or not is the question.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard that it's probably going to get down to like the $200s or thousands of dollars to go into outer space. I'm like, if I had the money, I'd do that. I'd 100% do that.
Oh, I'd do it.
I've got nothing else better to spend $200,000 on.
GDR.
Space is I'd probably enjoy space over a car.
Yeah, space would be cool. Space would be very cool.
Yeah.
It would be such a sight.
What if it's just a hologram? Go out there and
it is just NASA hologramming it. Yeah.
It is just flat.
I worked out the other day, went through and watched all the Ice Age movies, alright? After you sent me that song. Every Ice Age movie is based on like a huge theory or a historic fact. The dinosaur one, the dinosaurs skipped the meteor strike in Ice Age, and in the second movie, or the third movie, sorry. Yeah, the third movie. Yeah, third movie.
The
dinosaurs are underground.
Yeah.
The theory that the dinosaurs...
Hollow Earth theory!
Yeah, went underground and survived and colonized, blah, blah, evolved and all that shit. And that's what happened in that movie. What was the other ones I think? Every single one I was like, that's just this theory, and that's just this theory. And the second one, when like global warming happens after the Ice Age. Of course, global warming was the big thing in that one. But then they're like in that dome, and like the ocean's risen up to the top, and it's about to flood in. And they talk about getting to, I think it's that one.
Yeah, it's the second one.
Yeah. But I think this part I can't actually remember now. Where the one where they got to try and cross the land bridge to get to the other continent. Maybe that's not that one. Maybe it's the fourth one. Yeah, continental drift. That's about the time when the land bridge got the water rose above the land bridge connecting. Oh, I should know this.
Russia and Alaska, pretty much.
Yeah. Which like heaps of people travelled across, which is where like a great deal of population happened. It's where they think
a lot of population of the native Indians and stuff like that, and Bigfoot and all of that stuff came across that bridge.
Yeah. And that's just that theory in Ice Age.
And that's how horses came into America, was through that, because horses aren't native to America, I think.
Yep. The other thing that I worked out, which I thought was quite out of it, is that all the characters in Ice Age throughout all those movies must have lived for thousands of years.
Fucking thousands.
Millions. Yeah. Like, the first Ice Age was during the start of the Ice Age
that killed the dinosaurs.
The second one was after the Ice Age, when global warming started kicking in.
Yeah, and then the third one was
there was dinosaurs, so that you can take away like historic timeline from that. The fourth one, continental drift, was when the water was still rising, and
that's the one with the monkeys, isn't it? And they got pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, it's the one I haven't seen. That I know of.
Yeah, well, that's just crossing the land bridge. But yeah, like that period of time between those events is quite a distance.
That's tens of millions of years.
Yeah.
Maybe not maybe even hundreds of millions of years.
So didn't the Ice Age itself go on for like 55 million years or something? Or
I don't know. I always thought that there was one ice age until recently, and I found that there's actually been two
Multiple,
ice ages that we talk about a lot.
Mm.
The one that happened after the dinosaurs, and then another one that happened quite recently.
Mm. Yes, we're not due for one for a while.
See, that's why I always was so wet. I don't know why it never clicked. I was going like, but humans weren't around when dinosaurs were around. Why were the humans around or cavemen around in the Ice Age? Where did they come from straight after the dinosaurs? Didn't take it. It's only just taken to now to click like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's two Ice Ages that we've had, not the one.
Yep.
They could have lasted a long time.
Mm.
And they both happened from meteor impacts, I think.
True. I actually wasn't too sure on how they happened.
I think they did. I know the first one definitely did. And then the second one must have. There's no other way, unless it was a volcano.
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I found it interesting there.
Oh no,
Ice Age
it
movies
would have
went on
been
for a long
another
time.
one, because they were talking about, they dug back like however many years ago it was to when like the Ice Age happened and stuff like that, and they were finding I think it was like radioactive glass or something, which comes from meteorites hitting the ground, and it was around the whole entire Earth at that level.
True.
Yeah.
True. Out of it.
We could be hit by another meteor and we're not even going to know.
Yeah.
These things happen. And it's something we can't prepare for, and we won't ever be able to prepare for.
We've tried. I've seen a lot of theories of people like trying to like make things like big ships they send out to space and then have these mass shields so they can bounce. The meteors will bounce off of them.
Do you know how fast a
I
meteor is
know.
traveling and how?
I seen a lot of this shit on like History Channel and Discovery Channel and shit when I was a kid. But yeah, there was heaps of theories on things to do. And I remember looking at them all and going,
meteor. Boom!
Yeah.
Even with a shield, it's good.
I remember seeing all these theories and going, I don't think any of these are actually going to work.
And they're like, oh, we'll launch missiles at it to blow it up. It's like, cool, now we got hundreds of pieces of
now it's going to rain fucking asteroids.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nah. We're not safe on Earth.
No. I don't know how we go
There's
every day
been
without,
many
like,
extinction things that have already happened where dinosaurs got wiped out, and obviously civilization got wiped out once before already from something.
Yep. Bro, it surprises me that every day this Earth doesn't get destroyed. Like, there's so many things that could absolutely ruin the whole planet, just like that. And fucking every day we go untouched.
Yeah.
I don't know how it happens. It's insane. They say, like, appreciate every moment you're here. Like, for that, on that level, yeah, fuck yeah. I'm surprised that we managed to dodge everything the universe could possibly throw
We
at us
are
at any
in
minute.
a big... We're technically in an explosion, floating, and anything can hit us at any moment in time.
Any moment.
And we can't do nothing to stop it.
Nope.
And then we've also got people on planet Earth trying to create a black hole or something.
Yeah.
If they fucking turn that on, boom, we're
Oh.
gone.
I can't believe that, hey.
Maybe we might be gone, but one would think if they turned it on and they can't control it, that we're fucking...
Now, how do you contain a black hole?
I don't know. We're gone.
How do you contain something that
Or
sucks
do we
in
just
universes?
go into the black hole and we live in a black hole?
You imagine that Earth just travels through, but it just remains the same. Create a black hole, just suck up a whole galaxy.
The whole universe is inside a black hole eventually if it gets sucked up by it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, interesting. It is Wednesday, my friend.
Yeah.
That means we have
The
mighty
leader.
Upper Heart Leader. And in this
Ba,
week's...
ba, ba, ba.
Get the soundboard out. I'm sure everybody loves listening to our local news. So, serving the community since 1939. The Upper Hutt Leader has been going for a long time. They deserve a little bit of appreciation. So we've got a couple of interesting things here. We've actually got a dinosaur display happening, but I'm actually not sure where that place is. And I don't want to pronounce it because I'll butcher the hell out of it. Up the top left of the picture.
Whirinaki Whari Tawanga? Tonga?
I'm actually unsure where that is, sorry, but yes.
No, never heard of it before.
That is on, which looks quite cool. It's just got like a bunch of like realistic dinosaur displays. And there's some actual fossils and feathers and stuff like that. Just quite cool, quite cool. It does also surprise me that they still don't put feathers on their T-Rex displays.
Yeah, they're dragons.
Yeah, as we know, they're birds. They're big fuck off birds that are actually dragons. But that'd be cool. I'm actually kind of keen to go down and actually have a look at that. I do like my dinosaurs, but I will just be picky and I'll go down there and be like, well, that's wrong, or well, that's a theory. It's not fact. But it would be cool still. The other thing in here is that turns out that there's at least a dozen of our staff that work at the prison here that have been helping out the inmates run illegal activities.
Yeah, that's what we like to see.
From the looks of it, like they seized a bunch of these staff's phones, and like there was where is it? Oh yeah, someone helped arrange the trafficking of methamphetamines in New Zealand from behind bars using cell phones provided by the workers.
Fuck.
Yeah. Bro, that's risky as a worker, man. Like, that is obviously 100% your job, and that, I'm pretty sure it breaks the law.
Yeah.
And I've been in that prison, and it is so hard to get anything in that prison.
Yeah.
It is really fucking tricky to sneak shit into the prison. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you're a bit slacking. You like, if you've like been working there, we noticed we're working there for like a whole week. So by like the
it'd
end
be
of it,
hard to get a phone in there
out.
because my mum used to work in the prison. She wasn't allowed to take her phone past the gatehouse.
Past the fence, you can't go in the wire with anything. Can't even have chewing gum in there.
No, if I wanted to get a hold of her, I had to call the prison and then get put through to her.
Yep.
And hope she was near a phone.
Yeah, I worked in there for a couple of weeks, but yeah, by the end of the first week, they got on slack, and because we just drove the van and just had to go through the big double gates, and like everything was checked at the start of the week, and it was for the first few days. But by the end of it, it was a bit slack, and they just let us drive in and out pretty much. But we had to go through the gates and stuff, but they just opened them for us and closed them behind us. So I guess overall, it's probably not too difficult. We could have had anything in the van really. Well, I think we did have our phones in the van, but we just left them in the van working inside the whole time. You know, we didn't have them on us or anything, and it wasn't like the normal car park. But yeah, see if that turns back on, eh? Yeah, the battery hasn't actually died. That was just the 30-minute mark. I actually did that wrong. What do we get there? We're actually at 43 minutes. Good.
So what else did they do in there?
What else did they do in there?
Yeah, in the prison, apart from
the
meth.
Let's have a look.
Were they sneaking drugs in?
They have it's not confirmed, but they're looking into the bank accounts of the staff to see if any of them are transferring the money for anyone, like any of them are helping out with like doing the money part of the stuff. But it doesn't actually say, it just says that they're like are looking into it because they're looking closely at their bank accounts. Yeah, it's from sounds of it's just this one guy, but it sounds like there's like 12 or a dozen staff that helped him out.
How ironic. Like, you're literally like, you have a job that pays, like, I'm guessing semi-okay. My mum never really complained about the pay. when she worked as a corrections officer.
Yeah.
But then you're going and helping a criminal who does criminal activities, and you're looking at exactly where you end up when you do illegal criminal activities.
Yeah.
You end up at your job.
Yeah.
And now you're doing them, and you're going to end up living where you worked. Worst case scenario.
Yeah, worst case scenario.
It's so stupid. Like, why do you want to get put onto a payroll of a criminal who probably isn't going to pay you that? It might be great money, but the fucking risk of at your own job.
Yep. Well, it looks like here that a couple of them have already been stood down from work. But it looks like they've done fairly well to hide their tracks, so like they're having a hard time being able to pinpoint people exactly. But obviously it's happening. Good old Upper Hutt. Another week of the Upper Hutt news. Hope you enjoy. Oh, wait. Where is it? Normally it's at the bottom of the front page, but it's not. We have one last thing to look at. Because it's changing so regularly, I reckon that we can like look at this on a weekly basis to be able to watch it.
What is it?
Car prices. See what cars are in the local lot. But I'm honestly not finding an ad.
Did you rip it out with the first piece of paper?
Oh. Shit, I don't know. I may
well.
have.
Car prices are ridiculous still, people.
That's it. There they are. We have them. I got rid of it. Whoops. What do we got? Nissan Note, 9.9k. Honda Odyssey, 2010 Honda Odyssey for 11.9. 2013 Suzuki Swift Manual for 12.9. The hybrids are also 12.9. Honda Fit, Jesus, 13.9. Demio 11. So yeah, nothing's really under 10 unless you want a Vitz or a Note. Car pie.
Car pie.
Car price.
Oh yeah, I went on to Mike King's thing.
Yep.
11,000 more shares need to happen.
11,000?
Yeah.
11,000, that's pretty close.
Yeah,
That's
he's
definitely
like
getting
last week or something, or July 5th, I think his last post was, and he said like we need 20,000 more, and I personally don't see it happening. So prove him wrong.
Prove him very wrong. We are close. 11,000 more shares. Can we just share it every day? I guess we can, right? That'll count.
I think it's like total shares on Facebook on his Facebook post.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
Everyone go share it. We need it shared. 11,000. We can do it. We can make this happen.
To our 23 subscribers.
To our 23 subscribers and like 12 listeners. Do it.
Share it to 11,000 people.
Share it to 11,000 people. We need you guys to do this. Do it for Mike. Do it for the country. Anything exciting happened in your past couple of days?
No.
No?
No.
Well, we saw Aaron last night.
Oh yeah, we did. We saw Aaron.
Yeah, you guys showed up to the doorstep out of nowhere. It was great. Freaked
Yeah.
me the hell out when I got that knock on the garage door.
I was
No, it
like, fuck. I'll give her a text. I'm like, nah, fuck. I'll surprise her, and then I'm like, she's gonna get a fucking the biggest heart attack when I knock on that door because she's not expecting anybody.
But the
But you
biggest
said as
relief.
well was show up whenever unannounced.
I don't care. Oh, I know for a fact that I'm going to get a fright anytime anyone unarranged shows up when I just knocks, you know. But I'm never going to care because as soon as like I see who it is and it's like you guys, I'm like, oh, me. Like, cool. Welcome.
It's funny though that we knocked and you opened it, but nobody was there for a little bit.
Yeah!
I just saw you waiting. I was like,
what the hell's going
Aaron.
on?
I was like gonna tell him fucking go in there. She's probably freaking out. Who the fuck knocked on the door?
Who the hell's this?
It also did occur to me that I can just do that. I forget how much I can just easily actually see out there. I get such a weird perspective. I don't know. Of
Perception.
Of this room. Like when I'm sitting in here, it really does feel like I'm disconnected from fucking everything. I forget that it's literally arm's reach away, and my car's there. You know?
Yeah.
But no, it was cool seeing you guys. We haven't seen Aaron in a while. We've been staying on here for a bit too.
Yeah.
He hasn't been on for a bit, and we haven't seen him. Got to see him last night. It was real cool. I'm stoked. I was real happy. Woke up at like 3 this morning. And then woke up and was like, I saw Aaron last night. Like, the guys just rocked around. Like, I'm stoked. It was cool. It was sick to see you guys.
Oh yeah, he said it's like, I want to go somewhere where we can have some. Yeah, I'm like, my place, and he's like, yeah, I'm like, or Violet's, because I mean, she was saying that you need to come round. I'm like, fucking, why not now?
Nah, it was cool. It was cool. But yeah, I know he's got a lot of shit going on, so I don't want to bug him.
Yeah, that's why I sort of left him alone, because Tommy said that he was going through some stuff and sort of just wanted to be left alone.
Yeah,
So
that's it. I didn't want to bug him. He obviously had a lot of stuff going on, and
yeah.
that's all good. And I knew he'd come back, and he came back and seen us, and that's
and to
awesome.
any of my friends out there that might ever listen to this, if I'm not talking to you on Facebook, it's not because I hate you. I prefer talking to people in real life.
Yeah, talking to people in real
barely,
life is nice.
like, if I was to show people my Facebook messages, like, it's now Tommy, Aaron, and Violet, and my mum that are recently, but they're not like in-depth conversations, like quickly asking a question or something.
Yeah.
I prefer to talk to people in real life than over a screen.
I prefer it too.
You get more emotions
I've
that
just-
way.
I guess I've just gotten used to it, but yeah, it can.
You can hide behind a screen. You can't hide what you're trying to get out in person.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that is very true. Very true. I was hoping it was going to take up longer. It took up 2 minutes.
What are we at?
We're at 52.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess we can talk about my experience last night.
I was going to ask, I wasn't sure. We
can talk about that. Fuck, that scared the absolute fucking shit out of me.
Go on. Tell me.
I had my last thing, and I shut my door pretty much all the way, and then I laid down in bed and looked at my door, and the whole door was completely wide open again. I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. Maybe it went like that, maybe not. And then I was like looking at my TV screen, and then I just see a blur go across like that. I'm like, that was kind of weird. I feel like something's kind of watching me. And then it went like that, and then it went back across the thing, and then it went back like that again. I'm like, this is really fucking weird, and like, I couldn't move. But I knew I wasn't asleep because I was watching the fucking video on YouTube. And I had to go back this morning and watch it and make sure that what I was seeing wasn't happening in the YouTube video.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. And then my room got really cold, and it felt like something was watching me. And then I felt like something sort of grabbed my ankle, but not much. And then it felt like something was sort of pushing on my chest. And then like everything just stopped, and I was like shaking, like filled with like, I guess, fear shaking.
Jeez.
And then I stopped, and then that feeling just came back. I was like, this is weird. I was almost about to yell out, could you fuck off? What's ever in here, just fuck off. I cannot be fucked dealing with this shit. And then it left again, and then it came back, and I was like, what's going on? This is weird. Like, every time everything was happening, my room just went like silent again. Like, I don't know if you've ever experienced things where like you've got like heaps of background noise sort of, and then it just silence.
I used to.
Yeah.
I don't anymore because of my tinnitus.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I guess I get similar things. It just goes from background noise to suddenly my high pitched tone.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yes, no, I know
yeah.
exactly what you mean.
Yeah, and it was like it just definitely felt like something was looking at me. And then when I finally could move, I'm like, got up, fucking shut the door. I'm like, I feel like I've just locked this inside my room. And I literally felt like that because I just still felt like something was watching me, but I think I was up, like, got to, like, I checked my phone, it was like 11:11. I'm like, 11:11, make a wish. Please fuck off. And I just, like, shut my eyes and, like, pulled everything up. I'm like, I'm just going to bed now.
Yeah. Can you sleep with lights on?
Yeah, I turned all my lights on. I turned my
yeah.
LED lights on. I can't sleep with a normal light on, but I turned my LED lights on. I had my TV going. I had made sure that there was noises and everything. I'm like, I can't sleep if I think about this.
Yeah. Yeah. No, if you can block it out as much as you can, that's what I used to do.
Yeah. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in ghosts and spirits, but I do at the same time, so
yeah,
it's fucked.
There used to be a lot of crap, a lot of shit like that out my old man's, and being out there on my own was terrifying as fuck. Every light in the house would be on. The TV we used to be connected to like big stereo system amp, so I used to have that like crank right up on something loud, and
yeah, I just had
then have my TV on in my room and my dad's room.
I had people talking so that I could go to bed. I was listening to a podcast so that I could go to bed, and then I'm like, and then that ended. I'm like, okay, rain and thunder. Let's put you on and let's go to bed now.
Yeah. What made it worse out my old man's place is that in the kitchen, right next to like, there'd be like the kitchen bench wall here, and there was a window right here, a fairly big window, like a full-size window, and they just looked out the front of the property, but it never had anything over it to cover the window at night. That window was always, you couldn't cover it. There's no curtains, no blinds, nothing over that window because it was right next to the stove, so we didn't even want to like, couldn't put curtains on there.
Yeah, in case something caught fire.
It would.
The whole house is gone.
The stove top would be here, and the windowsill would be here.
Yeah.
So like, you know, that was terrifying. There was a big open plan. It was kitchen, dining, and lounge, and it was just all open plan, and the hallway down here. And so like if you were anywhere in here, all you could see was out that window, and it was just pitch black out there, and every now and then the sensor light would flick on, but there would be nothing out there. But it wasn't like once every few days or randomly. Every night the light would flick on like a handful of times randomly, and it was fucking terrifying, man.
It's just possum.
The amount of things like...
It's just possum.
And then like we always had like big ass bugs out there, so of course like they would hit the window because like there'd be lights on the side, so those come flying out of nowhere, and suddenly you would hear this big light on the window, and it's just like, whoa, what the fuck was that? And just this bug fucking flying around half dead on the ground now from hitting the window. The amount of things that would like go by, I've seen possums run along the top of like the deck railing, and but of course at the corner of my eyes is something like this fucking big moved through the window. I can only but assume it was a possum along there.
Yeah.
There's been all sorts of shit out there, man. I've woken up in the morning, opened up the curtains in the bedroom, and there's been like a deer standing outside my window. Like, not directly, a few meters away, but fairly close, you know? Like, there was some insane crap out there. Terrifying at night. Terrifying at night, because there was a lot of, like, real things that would fuck with me. But, like, I swear there was some fucking shit out there, like what you got going on at your place, because, like, it was a weird place, man. It was a weird place at night.
Yeah, this is like, you know, really... more or less the first time this has ever really happened at my place. Like, I kind of felt like there's been some weird shit every now and then, but this was the first time I felt legit like, no, there's something in my house, maybe even locked in my room now with me, that there's something watching me while I'm trying to sleep. I couldn't shake the feeling. Like, when I was laying in bed and I was watching it, it legit felt like something, like, you can't see me, they can't see me, but it felt like something was going like this, walking, then coming up, crawling up onto my body. I was just expecting to see a face pop up in front of me. I was like, just waiting for a face to pop up in front of me.
Yeah. That would be terrifying, man.
I was about to call Jono saying like, okay bro, I'm almost in tears, like, have you ever, and don't bullshit me, have you ever had any paranormal experience happen in my house? Because I'm about to break down crying here.
Yep.
Almost came here, almost jumped in my car and like, fuck this, I'm gonna sleep on a couch.
Yeah, you can come here. Anytime, man, you know that. Anytime. I will never judge your career, I don't care. But no, I never felt anything at your place, and I'm normally...
No,
like,
yeah, that was the first time I ever felt anything.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It scared the shit out of me.
I quite often feel something here, but it's peaceful.
I always feel something in my parents' place, and I hate it.
Like, if I'm to talk on like the level I talk with my mum, if I was to explain this to her, which I have, there's someone that comes by every now and then at this place.
they're peaceful as fuck. Like there's obviously somewhere they crash or just chill for a bit. But every now and then something comes here, makes a few noises, freaks me the fuck out. But they seem to be peaceful at this point. I deemed it peaceful.
No, I don't fuck with none of that shit.
My neighbour's place and
My
when I was
movies.
a kid.
Oh, not my movies. The movies I've watched. I don't believe them, and I don't believe nothing that happens in them. But there's something in my brain that's just not telling me, like, no, that's all made up, and it's not gonna happen. But something in my brain's saying, no, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen no matter what. I'm just expecting the worst.
Do you want me to share some like insane experiences that I've had in the past? If I was to talk on that level
Sure,
of like full
go
belief?
ahead.
All right, so you know how recently I was like telling you about my neighbour's place at my mum's when I was a kid, right?
Yeah.
And that was like a flow through for spirits. So what I had seen, because my mate that lived next door had he kind of semi believed that stuff at that point in life anyway, and he like was telling me, he was like, bro, like at night I swear I see like some faces in this house. I swear every now and then I do. And so one night I was like, bro, like no one has to, like all your folks are going out and stuff, like let's go chill in your house for a bit, turn off some lights and just have a listen, and I'll just have a sit down and see what I feel. And bro, by the end of it, man, he was like, he had his lounge and then a hallway which then split into a T with a couple of bedrooms, right? He was standing at the bottom of that T and he was just like walking towards me, but he was like gone to the room and he was walking back. And I was standing in the lounge, I looked down at him, bro, and someone was following him behind. And he came into the lounge, and by the time they got into the lounge, that image had gone. And that wasn't the only time that night that had happened. But that was the first experience, which was someone that followed him out the room. And he came through it. It's legit like they used the hallway as a flow through of traffic, because every now and then someone would go through the hallway. Someone would just come through it. And the images that I'd seen, it was never the same figure. Yeah, his whole lounge was a fucking flow through.
Nah.
There was and from the looks of it, everything that flowed through had no care of any of us that were in the house or anything whatsoever. It was just the path. They were just walk into work sort of thing, you know. It's just
Yeah.
out of it, eh? Real out of it, man.
I want to go sit outside this house and watch it.
And
then if I see something happen, I'm gonna probably shit myself and probably drive away with tears running out my eyes.
When I lived there, his bedroom, it was his bedroom, and their driveway, the fence line, our little bit of concrete courtyard, and then my bedroom window. So I could literally walk, look out my window, and he would be 10, 12 meters away from me. So quite often I would just watch the house like no one was home, see if you could see anything through the windows move, or watch the house itself. I never ever saw anything from outside. Never saw anything from the outside of the house. It was only ever on the inside.
Scary.
Interesting, eh?
No, scary. It's just too scary.
Fair enough.
No, I can't. I'm sure there's ghosts, but fucking as bullshit as it is, Paranormal Activity fucked me up as a kid, and I really wish I never watched that as a kid. It's fucked me up.
I have two, I guess, one actual, but was a old pet, old family members that I never actually really met that look over me. They come around. I haven't seen them in years now, but I used to have them every now and then. My mum's popper, which I never met. He looks over me because I remember as a kid saying to my mum, because she used to teach me how to try and relax the body to feel for these things and look out for these things and what to look for and stuff. And I used to explain to her that this reoccurring person that used to come to me, I'd never fully seen them. It was always just a feeling. I'd just be chilling on the couch and there'd be this mad tingling coming from here, right here. I could feel this tingling reflecting off of it towards me, and I just knew that someone was there. And every single time it was always the same feeling. It was always the same person. I knew, even though I couldn't see anything, I knew it was the same person. And after a few things of a few experiences and explaining to my mum, she was like, "That sounds like my papa." And I was like, "True." But yeah, probably watching over you, or they're not, just someone watching out. And he used to be there every now and then. There'd be lots of times where he'd just show up randomly, And then my mum had this husky when she was younger, and the husky's shown up before as well. Quite often when she's needed it there, I'll be with my mum, and she'll be in when she was in like Download or something, and your old husky would always show up to comfort her, and she could never feel it. I could.
Freaky.
Interesting
Magical.
word, man. It's an interesting word.
Oh well, I'm scared shitless of it.
Shouldn't be scared. My mum always taught me not to be scared. There's nothing to be scared of because there's no harm to be spread from them. There's not many bad spirits in the world that actually want to, like, the only bad spirits in the world are the ones that you can, like, release into the world. Most like actual spirits are just people that haven't moved on or stuff like that, whatever theory you want to believe.
Mm.
So I grew never to be really scared. And I guess I kind of have been over the past few years. It's like freaked me out more and more when I have shit happen like here or at more places. Adams was bad. Stevens wasn't. Stephen was clean, as far as I'm aware.
No, I've never had nothing weird there, even walking down the hallway at night time.
Well, I walk around the whole house, windows, curtains open, pitch black, like, no lights on, like, it never fazed me there. There was nothing ever with that house, which is quite interesting because that house has a huge history.
Yeah, well, my parents told me when I was living in my room and their room that some old man killed himself in that room. I'm like, you fucking kidding me? Because I felt something grab my leg. Don't fucking be telling me this shit. That somebody
crazy.
killed himself in this house.
Oh, yeah, point that I should make too is the person that comes here never ever, like, goes much further than halfway down the hallway in the lounge. Like, nothing ever out here in the garage. And, like, nothing's ever come into the bedroom.
No.
Yeah.
It's such an uneasy feeling because you can feel it.
Yeah. So I was about to say,
And
I
it
used
goes-
to be quite good.
Goes very quiet and I can feel it, and it's like just even if you aren't there or if it's just a feeling that I'm getting, like, can I not have this feeling? I'd rather not have this feeling.
Yeah, like I was going to say before, I used to be really good at not being scared of that sort of stuff, and I guess I'd forgotten that. Like, us talking about it now and as we have over the past few weeks has reminded me a great deal of memories that I'd forgotten, and yeah, I guess the paranoia of the past couple of years is what's freaked me out. But thinking about it now, I reckon I could get myself back to where I was with it all. That could be interesting. Or freaky.
I'll never be
Never be settled.
never settled with it.
Fair enough.
Just move on, go somewhere else. Just go to where you're meant to be. Wherever that's meant to be.
Taken. When I come back, don't fuck with you.
No. It came through my head. I was like, what if I drive to Violet's, grab that sage, go home, and run through my house with it?
Well, if you want, because that gets rid of bad energies. That gets rid of bad energies, bad spirits, whatever you want to call it, burning sage in your house. Like, we burn sage here. As I said, I haven't felt anything. There's nothing bad here. We've got someone that comes by, nothing bad, not a bad spirit, definitely not a bad soul. We could burn. I've got some sage. We could burn it at your place. It's quite fun. We had a blast fucking burning the sage as it was. It was real dope. Like, you hotbox your house with fucking sage. It's crack up. Give you a bit of peace of mind. I can vouch for it. It's not the first time I've burned sage.
I don't know, because then I've also got to believe in it.
You don't have to. You can literally. You don't have to, like. You don't have to believe in it. You can burn sage and just burn sage if you want. Who knows? It might settle you naturally. It might not. No, it might actually get rid of anything that it needs to. It might not. You don't have to believe or not.
I don't
It
know.
just might fix itself because of it. It's up to you, man. There's
I don't know.
Nothing wrong in believing things that
No.
can be logically.
I just don't want to
disputed.
lose sleep over it. I really don't care. More or less, I just don't want to lose sleep over it.
Yeah.
And I'm losing sleep over it. Last night I lost fucking a lot of sleep over it.
Well, come knocking on my door if it happens again tonight. We'll go burn some sage.
You mean burn the house down?
No, but it's only for big fuck off spiders.
My other fear.
I'm good with spirits. I'm fucking terrified of spiders. Crack up.
Fuck spiders.
Fuck spiders.
That's weird though. I was thinking about that too. I'm like, now, I'm more scared of something I can't even see, that I don't even know if it's real or not, than I am of a spider though. I'm more shit scared of ghosts and shit than I am of a spider. There's a spider in the room, I don't care. I'll let it live in here.
Yeah, fair.
Sort of more anything over that big of a spider, and I'm like, no, it's dying. That spider will die.
We're burning the house down and we're travelling to Japan and getting the fuck out of here. Stop the world, I want to get off.
I'm gonna go to the moon. Surely there's nothing bad on the moon.
Nothing bad. Surely, just
Dust.
dust, right?
And a flag.
Apparently. Supposedly. Allegedly.
According to the US, there's a flag.
There's a flag. Well, I'm going to wrap it up there.
Alright.
Before we get too in depth with the ghost stories, we'll start some other conversation.
Yeah.
Because we can continue on after this. I'm going to wrap up this for now. Follow the socials, everyone. At Unknown Something Else on TikTok and Instagram. I need to be putting more shit on that. I haven't touched it in a few weeks. I've got plenty of cool photos to put on the Instagram. I've just got heaps of real cool scenic shots I've taken over the past few weeks. Like, it's not going to be anything special, but they are quite nice shots. So if you want to see some like really beautiful fucking pieces of earth, then check that out. Other than that, thanks for watching all the way through to this point. Like, comment, subscribe, share, show all your friends, family. Well, depends what they're into, but yeah. Yeah. Got
See
camera on this time?
you guys on Monday.
No, because that's right, we're not doing one on Monday.
Oh yes, right, Wednesday.
So we're not going to be on Monday, we'll be back next Wednesday, 1 week from now.
Unless there's one on the weekend.
And this is one on the weekend. Kerry is keen on doing one. I'm just not sure how free I'm going to be on the weekend, so we'll see how it goes. Maybe, maybe not. Other than that, be good. If not, be good at it. Stay woke,
See you
stay
in
safe,
a week.
and love you all.